Yikes, $524. Yeesh. Howdy guys, I'm Jeep and Jason, and today in the AutoEdits channel, I'm gonna do a product feature with this endoscopic camera I got from vevor, and I'm gonna integrate it into the mechanical list that I'm putting together to do a kind of a big service and repair on the 2013 Jeep Wrangler JK that I've been working on my channel here. And the thing that's started this whole thing was I got the P0128 code. That's the temperature out of whack, and it's usually the thermostat housing. So that started this, and then I thought, if you guys have watched this channel at all, you know I like to do a while I'm here type of situation. I have a 10-year-old Jeep, let's do plugs, let's do coil packs, let's do a bunch of PCV valve, let's do a bunch of stuff. And so I'll bring you over to the board in a minute to show you the list of parts and tasks that we're gonna do while I'm there. And then what I think this is gonna be very helpful for is there's this one pesky thing that a lot of the JKs have, and that's the oil cooler, if it's leaking or not. Now, I'll show you in a second. Specifically, mine doesn't appear to be. The front two parts of the manifold that I can see from here doesn't show, but this will enable me to get on back in there and hopefully see nothing, so I'll know if I need to order that or not. I don't want to have to order that once I get everything apart. So this will be kind of a fun tool to implement. Endoscopic camera is something that they've always been priced a little higher than I feel comfortable adding it to my toolkit, so I just never do. This one's 119 bucks. This is from vevor. This is the same company that I got my airbag jack from a couple years ago. I've been very happy with that thing, kind of know what you're getting from a place like that. And this thing right here at this price point is what I picture a very easily acquirable thing for your toolkit, and it's something I've wanted for a long time. Now I have it. You have two-way articulation, so this knob will give you, it's so fun, a little bit of look up and down just like that. And the screen is actually good enough. Even with me and my glasses like this, I can see well enough. It comes with a memory card, and you have some controls here. You have brightness, some settings, set the date. You can roll video or do stills, and then you can set the light high, medium, low, and off on the light. Now, full transparency, I got this thing for free. They sent this to me because I'm on the influencer deal, and I'll even put a link. I think they have it set up like kind of like Amazon affiliate link or whatever. So if you buy it from that, I think you might get a discount, and I get a couple dollars. So just want that to be full transparency, but I think this is going to be a really fun way to scope this out and do some problem solving, and I'll be glad. I think I'm already glad that I have this in my toolkit. So let me show you the list we have so far, and then we'll get over here and start jamming this thing into inappropriate nooks and crannies on this poor little Jeep engine. So the thermostat housing was the kickoff item for this thing. Now, if you're getting that code, from my understanding, it's not like imperative, but because I think that the fail-safe on your thermostat in these things is open, so they don't fail closed. I've been just resetting the code and driving for a long time, way longer than I will admit here, and but the Jeep's been fine. The temperature doesn't actually move at all. It just functions perfectly. But that was the start of this thing, so I went ahead and I'll just order that. We'll start with the thermostat housing. We're gonna get some plugs, coil packs, PCV valve. This thing doesn't really burn oil, and that's why I'm so hesitant about the oil cooler. It doesn't use oil. I check the oil a lot. I'm very meticulous about that. So it doesn't really seem to lose a lot of oil, but PCV valve is something you should do while you're there. I'm gonna do a coolant flush while I'm there. Definitely when you have the thermostat housing out, you gotta drain a little bit of coolant anyway, so might as well. Coolant is supposed to last 10 years, 100,000 miles. I'm 10 years, I haven't hit the 100,000 mile yet. Radiator hoses, probably. Bottom one for sure, because that one takes a little bit more abuse. I'll do an oil change. I bought a radiator funnel fill kit and intake gaskets. You should order those. If you're not doing the oil cooler, you need to order intake gaskets just to get the intake off. That's just the right way to do it on a 10-year-old vehicle, since I'm gonna be up here doing this work, and that's the basics. So now, let's go find out if we have to add to this list or not. Hopefully not. All right. So the thing that's given me even a little glimmer of hope that the oil cooler is fine in this is that A, it doesn't use oil, and that's why I think the PCV is actually fine too, but again, should replace it while you're there. It's miserable to get to. All of the stuff I can see from the front here down into the intake manifold galley underneath around the oil filter housing, everything that you could see from here is dry. So that gives me a little bit of hope, but that's where bringing in the actual useful tools will be cool. So we're rolling video. We'll sync it up with a little hello there. And let's go in on driver's side first, and we'll go down and see what we can see. Okay, there's our oil cooler. Let me tilt up. You can see the top of the oil cooler. Not awesome that there's so much grime right there. I don't see any pooled oil. Let's tilt down. There's no pooled oil. It just looks like grime. Let's go back. Oh my gosh, this is unbelievably fun. Holy mackerel, this is fun. We're like at the Titanic. Don't let go, Jack. Don't let go. So let's go. Oh, tilt down. Oh, bummer. Oh. So going in on the driver's side, we are discovering definite pools of oil in the galley there. I've never had so much fun getting such bad news. It's a little crazy. I say we just keep going back since this is so fun. Oh my gosh, this is fun. I mean, you kind of know it's a thing that just happens on these things, but having this little bit of articulation is great. The controls on this are very delicate, just very little inputs here, very intuitive. I've been able to get this where I need it to be without too much fuss, but if you can see that right there, another big old reservoir of oil in the intake manifold. Wow. And it's interesting because it's not enough to leak down. It doesn't leak down on the ground. The Jeep has no puddling of oil at the bottom. Let's see when we get this out. Let's see how much we had that articulated. Look at that. We had that thing bent like that, came right out. And so that is the basic operation. I say while we're here, let's go in on the passenger side and just explore. I'm just guessing we're gonna see more of the same. So now we're nearing the back there. There's a connector. This is so much fun, but I hate what I'm seeing, but this is so much fun. This is really confusing. And look at this, all this oil down in there. Yep. No bueno. Well, dang it all. Well, there you go. There it is. We have confirmation of the typical Jeep leaky oil cooler housing. Bummer. But how cool was it to integrate this little guy? I would say this was a win right here. Well, that was bittersweet, but so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and make a list here in the Amazon store, and I found the Dorman aluminum oil cooler here for 205 bucks. That's like $100 less than when I looked it up on O'Reilly's and some of the other places. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trigger and order that thing now. All right, so now we get to modify our list. Instead of getting intake gaskets, which was just what you would need to replace that and do the plugs and coil packs, we're going to have to do an oil cooler, and that's the Dorman unit. That one was 205 bucks, which seems like a good deal for that thing. And so that means we got to change this to $711.50. Ouch, right? Well, but that's a big list of things, and that should be, you know, a really thorough, I'm calling it an upper decker because all of that stuff on the top of the engine, we're just gonna do while we're there. So thank you guys so much for checking in with me on this one. I'll be getting all of these parts on their way, and we'll do a whole big fun video. And I'm gonna create this video in a modular way so that you could, if you wanted to pick any one of these things, I'll get you there. And it will be a really like in-depth on every single one of these things, and I'll do it in a way that you could do any one or multiple of them in that video. So I hope to see you guys on that one. Thank you guys for checking out this one, and until next time, enjoy your drive. I gotta go make some money. Holy mackerel. All right.